Hi, this is Ralph Wilson. I'm in San Francisco at the eMetrics Web Marketing Optimization Summit with Allison Hartsoe, who's an expert in eBay. And we want to talk a little bit about if I'm a merchant trying to figure out whether or not I should sell on eBay, what are the kinds of factors I ought to be looking at to come up with a decision on that?
Right, well that's an excellent question, Ralph, because so many people don't bother to figure out if they should sell on eBay. And there's a fabulous tool out there called Terapeak that allows new sellers to determine if they were to sell on eBay, how much money would they make on eBay.
What does Terapeak do?
Terapeak applies market research from eBay to different searches that you can run. So let me give you an example. Every product that's sold on eBay is tracked in a database. Terapeak has access to this database. So if I wanted to sell, let's say I was selling a motors product, let's say that I sell ignitions or something like that, a very powerful market on eBay, over $10 billion going through that market. I want to know specifically, what do ignitions make? So I might type in the word ignition and see what comes back in terms of products sold on eBay. That would allow me to determine, well, maybe there are $100,000 a month going through that market on eBay. That's a sizable market. That's worth pursuing on that channel.
So the overall size of the market you're pursuing, not just a particular product, but that whole industry section. Is that what you're looking at this point?
You could go as narrow or as deep as is relevant to your business.
Okay.
And if you sell all types of ignitions, then yes, you would look at the general term. If you were just selling Honda parts, then maybe you just look at your top 3 specific bestsellers.
What else should I be looking at?
You should be looking at the top sellers of that product. So when you pull back information, it usually gives you an average price, but as some people
Average price per product?
An average price that product sells on the platform in eBay. So it's a very misleading number, and that average really lies. So many people see that average and say, oh my gosh, I could never meet that average. A better way to determine whether your product will sell for the price that you have in mind is to look at what the top 5 sellers are selling it for. And that's also possible through the Terapeak tool.
Sounds like a very powerful tool.
It is. It's a great research tool.
So what other kinds of things should I be looking for in trying to figure out whether to sell on eBay?
Well, once you have determined that you have a product and you've taken maybe your top 3 products and started to pull together, okay, it seems like a good market, then what you want to do is you want to get to the net of the number. You want to say if gross sales equals, let's say, $200,000 a month, which would be a sizable market for 3 products, then what would it cost me to sell my product in that market? And you can add up eBay insertion fees, the number of listings that the top sellers are running, and multiply the cost by the number of listings in order to get the generalized cost. Subtract that from the gross sales, and you'll end up with a net number. It'll give you just a ballpark of what it costs you to sell on eBay.
Now, will Terapeak tell you how many listings the top companies have?
It will.
Okay.
Yes.
And then from that, you'll have to subtract your product cost.
And not just your product cost, but it'll also tell you their success rates. So you list 300 items, but only 100 are successful. So your actual dollars at the end of the day will be different. Successful
within a specific period of time? Is that how that's done?
Yes.
So what is it, within a month or within a week? How does their information look at it usually?
They will look at it either daily, monthly, or you can even do a 90-day view. We prefer to view monthly. That's generally a good ballpark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, it's just eBay is a very challenging space, and if you're thinking about getting into this space, it's well worth your time to do the research before you go in.
Is there a cost for Terapeak?
I think it's $19 a month, $19.20.
It sounds like if you're really going to start investing time and money in that space, it's a bargain
It can
for
be.
the kind of information you're going to get.
Yes, it can be very good. Yeah.
Well, you're an independent consultant for eBay. Tell me about the kind of things
Yes.
you can do for businesses that want to sell successfully on eBay.
Sure. Well, some companies don't have much time or effort to understand a tool like Terapeak, so they are welcome to hire someone like me as a consultant to go through and help them understand what that tool is telling them, in addition to what are the competitors actually doing on eBay that would make it harder or easier for them to compete.
All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
This is Ralph Wilson at Web Marketing Today.